You know, someone asked me once, what I made, and I said, well, I make a difference. I teach to make a difference. I teach to build relationships with students. It's not just the physics or the math or the English that they learn. It's a life process. It's a life relationship. Even though I started teaching in public school and it was new and exciting and the teachers are very professional, great work environment, I was thinking about maybe retiring, maybe finding something else to do. I'd been teaching for so long. But then someone told me about the LMISTI program and how it could really improve your pedagogy, your teaching style. So I decided to check it out and apply and get accepted. And I was with a really tight cohort of other science and math teachers. And I discovered that my teaching style was more behaviorist, and I was really looking to be a constructivist teacher, a student-centered, with me as a facilitator, helping them learn. This is really what I've wanted, but I didn't have the tools to do so. The LMISTI program gave me the tools to do so. The LMISTI program taught me to research what the best practices are for physics. So I started digging through the literature. And I found that the modeling approach kind of flips it backwards. You start with the lab, you don't end with the lab. You start with an investigation. Hey kids, let's look at what happens when a car is moving at a certain speed. And you let the kids tell you what they're observing. How much did you say? 510.5. And the actual is 506.5. Not bad. Not bad at all. Find out your percent error. And then you ask them, hey kids, what can we measure? And they'll tell you, hey, we can measure that thing's mass, we can measure its velocity, we can measure its color, we can measure its sound, and they'll throw out all kinds of things. And you let them just throw it out there. Kids are naturally curious. And you make a list of it all, you put it all up there, and then you start asking them, so what can we measure? And they'll tell you, well, we can measure this, we can measure that. All right, well, what will help us get us to our goal of trying to understand the relationship between mass and velocity? They, believe it or not, invariably will come up with the lab. And you tell them, okay, here's the equipment, go do it. I'm more of a facilitator. I'm not a sage on the stage anymore. I'm more like a guide on the side. I'm a teaching coach. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It is easier to just tell them, but telling isn't teaching. So comparing students of years ago, you know, it's kind of humdrum. You know, I would lose 3 or 4 of them, they'd fall asleep. Kids don't sleep in this class because they're busy learning.